Hello, my friends. My name is Torin. Today we're going to build something, or I'm going to build something, you're probably going to watch, that is going to be helpful. I had one in my Express, and I enjoyed using it a lot. It's cheap to build, costs you the price of a hinge, a hose clamp, and if you can buy a selfie stick at a dollar store or something, you don't need a really fancy one. So what it is it's a way to hold your phone while in bed, or while you're sitting in your bed. Now you're saying, Torin, why do I need to do that? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's because, my experience, at least in Canada, in Vancouver, the cell phone rates are outrageous. But I find that using my phone rather than my laptop, I do have a laptop, but it's 99.9% of the time I use it for work. And it uses way more data to use a laptop. Although honestly, I could probably afford to use it more, because I just finished a cycle and I still had like about 5 gigabytes of data left. I have a 50 gigabyte plan. Anywho, using a phone is what I do the vast majority of the time, and this will allow me to keep my phone really close to my head and see the little tiny letters, watch movies and stuff like that in a very comfortable way sitting in my bed. So this is where we are right now. We're at a different Home Depot parking lot. It's a little bit noisy, so my apologies for that, but I'll show you my setup. There's the workstation. Guitar in the back. I finished this side more or less with the trim on the door. I'm still going to paint this piece. Put this black piece here for protecting the paint so it doesn't get damaged. And yeah, I got the cedar trim on the outside. If I was to do this again, I would have done it a little bit differently. See right here, I inset the plywood a bit because I thought I was going to take the cedar and cut a notch out of it and then make it flush so you wouldn't see the edge of the plywood, but that was just going to be way too time consuming. So I ended up on the other side, I ended up putting little strips of plywood and gluing or screwing it on top of it again. So here we are, home sweet home. And got my guitar hanging up here. Okay, what you need is a hinge. I chose a black one because, you know, decor. This is like a $4 hinge. You can buy a cheaper one that's like $3, but something to be said for black. You know, if you got silver or gold or whatever, it doesn't really match. So anyways, no big deal. But then you need a hose clamp, or at least I'm using a hose clamp. You could use a zip tie, but the hose clamp is a lot stronger, so I'm using a hose clamp. And then you need a piece of wood. I'm probably going to cut this. I don't even know if I'm going to use this piece, to be honest, but it's nice and straight, so that's nice. But I got a whole pile of junky plywood around, so I might dig something else out. You also need a way to hold your phone, and I have this clippy thing that I can put my phone in. It broke just last night. That's the reason I'm building something else. It lasted about 6 months, so this metal stuff, and it's supposed to bend like crazy and be fine, but apparently not. Anyway, you can use a selfie stick, you know, if you want a cheaper one or whatever, but I'm going to use this since that's what I have. Okay, just cut this little piece off here. It cut off very easily. It's cheap plastic. I took the little clampy thing part off, but I can put that back later. And then I drilled a couple holes, just big enough to fit this hose clamp, but not too big because I don't want to go through the bit of the wood. And then I made an indentation where the little ball of the phone clip thing will sit. Okay, got the hinge bolted on, and screws go through a bit. So I guess I could get smaller screws, but in my experience, these when I had this in my Express, I had a similar system, and there's a lot of pressure because of the way that it just puts a lot of pressure and strain on this, and the screws come loose. So I might actually bolt this in the future. So we'll see. This is the other side. The hardest part of this whole thing is getting that hose clamp to cooperate. I got this little ball inset there so that there's more so that it's more stable. Coronavirus. And yeah, it's there and it's strong, so let's move on to the next step. So for now, I'm just going to attach the arm to this piece right here. Eventually, of course, this is all going to be finished in cedar, and I'm going to build something nice to mount this on, but for right now, this will do just fine. So it'll go on there like so. Okay, here it is, all finished. Goes like this, head's right there, screen's there. I can't really show you with the phone in because that's my camera that I'm using to film this with right now. I added this extending piece because I needed it to come out a bit more. And this isn't as adjustable as I like. I mean, I can loosen this hose clamp and make it so I can adjust it a bit more. I might actually do that. But a selfie stick might work better if you can just move it easier, because this is kind of, it's okay, but I mean, you can't really tilt it up and down very easily and stuff. But this is just a prototype. When I finish this wall and I have nothing else to work on, quote unquote, I'll build another one of these that'll be a bit more aesthetically pleasing, you might say. So you may have noticed my new jacket. Yes, it's new. It's a little bit flashy for me, to be honest, but I really like the red stripes on the arms. So I'm going to go a little bit sporty. Heck, a little. This, like it's a Puma jacket, I really don't like advertising for companies. So I'm probably going to cover this. Like if it said Nike or Adidas right across here, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But because it's a cat, a Puma cat, I can deal with it a bit easier. I know I'm kind of sensitive to these corporations using me to advertise for them, but... What you talking about, Willis? Alright guys, well there you have it. Thanks for watching.